Hello and welcome to the Global View, the show where we look for ways for investors to make money beyond the ASX listed universe. I'm your host, Juliette Sarli. Overnight, European markets fell slightly on little volume. Wins for the populist parties in German state elections adding to the trepidation. Europe's Stoxx 600 index fell by about 0.2%, actually pretty flat on the close there, but it did hit a record high on Friday. We saw the DAX rise and the FTSE 100 up by about 0.1%. In the UK, Rightmove shares soared over 27% after REA revealed it's mulling a bid for the online housing platform. REA shares fell more than 5% on the move. And Volkswagen is considering closing factories in Germany for the first time as European car makers battle Asian rivals. There were no data releases in the US or Canada as markets were closed for a holiday, but the Eurozone final August manufacturing PMI marked up slightly to 45.8 from the flash 44.6. Although the sharp weakness in French and German PMIs was tempered, they remain in deep contraction. The UK's final August manufacturing PMI left unchanged at 52.2. And the big event of the week, of course, will be the US non-farm payrolls report on Friday. It's expected to show the economy added 165,000 jobs in August, up from 114,000 in July. Traders betting on a September Federal Reserve rate cut with a 33% chance that it could be a 50 basis point reduction. And Treasury markets closed for the long weekend, which of course marks the end of summer in North America. Well, Joe Lee from ATFX Global joined ausbiz, telling us about the overall macro environment. I spoke to him a couple of days ago.
It's true that in the last few months, or even in the future few months or years, it will be a very volatile market. Obviously, Fed rate is one of the major concerns for the market, as well as the geopolitical tension, which as an international company, we all got office in this region as well, which we a big concern for the market as well, and also for the investor risk appetite.
So with those concerns, how is ATFX trying to position to try and increase and I guess hedge against some of these concerns?
Well, as a financial company, it's always the risk management is always the key factor for us. Especially, as I mentioned, we got 23 countries offices, and some of them we have Middle East we have office in Middle East, we have office in Asia, Southeast Asia, Africa or Latin. Geographic tension is we closely monitor, as well as how to enhance our risk management, as well as our clients' risk management too, because a lot of our clients are the bank, funds, brokers, etc. So we literally we have invest quite a lot of technology, which we will launch a new technology that help our client to do client segmentation, risk segmentation, to make sure they are clearly aware of their internal risk factor and properly manage the risk.
So what's the time frame for that launch?
Literally, we launch in a month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned 23 countries. What really prompted you to expand here in Australia?
Australia has been a key financial country or region in Asia Pacific. And as I mentioned, we have 5 to 6 offices in Southeast Asia, and we have offices like in London, in Dubai, in Hong Kong, and Australia definitely one of the key factor for us in APAC. And what we try to make is we set up a very strong team, comprehensive team here as a hub for our company in Asia Pacific. So we have got a great expectation on the region as well.
With every country, though, as a global business comes different challenges, different regulatory processes. How is ATFX navigating the regulatory processes in Australia?
Because we got 7 to 8 regulated entities around the globe, like in London, in Cyprus, South Africa, Dubai, Hong Kong, etc. Of course, Australia locally. Regulatory, of course, is always be one of our concern or focus, but as we quite experienced in dealing with the regulation, and the Australia regulation is very mature, and the understand the market. It's not a big challenge for us, and instead, we are very closely communicating with the regulator, and then to provide our opinion, to give our feedback. So we work very closely, and we are quite happy with what we are hearing now.
What sort of trends and changes are you seeing in the CFD market?
Obviously, it's an evolving market, which globally, a lot of clients are getting more and more familiar how it's trade, how it's going to work, and also the advantage compared for CFD products compared to stock or traditional exchange products. So I'm so happy to hear that and to see that the maturity of the client are getting better and better. They're more familiar with how this product can benefit them. For us, ATFX has been working very hard to provide comprehensive education material, no matter online, offline, or different kind of like trading signal, globally copy trading, etc., etc. So it will hopefully help our clients to have more options, to be more familiar with their own trading strategy, and make a better investment.
Now, you mentioned technology. Just tell us how you're adapting to changes in technology, what sort of implementation and spend you're putting into this, particularly as we see the likes of AI really help as well.
Right. As a fintech company, like all our trade are through internet. And technology is one of the key for us to differentiate throughout the market. And we've been putting a lot of resources through from the beginning until now. Say for example, a few years ago, we started to launch face recognition for the online application, and onboarding is now automatic together with the automatic KYC procedure, etc., etc. We really want to invest in technology to make our client user journey be more friendly, to more easy for them to understand, instead of and also of course much more efficient on the whole investment journey. And
so there's efficiency within technology, but there's also the concern about hacks, security. How are you sort of managing that?
Well, it's always be one of our concern about the data security, because we got so many kind of database there, and that's why we very closely work with different high-tech or sophisticated vendor. We have literally quarterly meeting with them to update what we are happening now in the market, what kind of threat we may expect, and then how to prevent it. So data security is always one of our top priority on the technology.
It's hard to believe that in 6 months it will be 5 years since the COVID-19 pandemic. How have you seen the growth of the world try to get back to those pre-COVID levels?
Well, I believe it is very obvious that a lot of the company, including us, are very eager to expand our business after the pause in pandemic. For example, we set up almost 3 to 4 offices globally after pandemic, with additional of 2 regulated entity in South Africa and Australia as well. These two are through acquisition, and I can feel like in business environment, people are more eager to meet each other, to get back the relationship face to face, and to get back to grab the business opportunity throughout different countries, which I think is very, very good. And like me, I've been traveling so much this couple years after pandemic, and I'm so glad to see the business environment and as well as the market are getting more eager for opportunities.
All right, Jolie there from ATFX. Just before we go, let's have a quick look at what we are doing on where the market is set to open. Pretty flat there, but of course we didn't have a real lead coming through from Wall Street with markets closed for a long weekend. That does it for this edition of The Global View. Stick around, The Open coming up next.